We're live.
Righty, we're live. Let me close that out. Okay, cool. I just didn't want, I always forget to close the Twitch out and then it'll like echo me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot to close that window. Now I'm trying to find you. I feel so old when I have to do this. Usually I have
Um,
people that do it for me,
yeah,
and I have to do it myself. It's just ridiculous.
they give you too
Okay.
much of a princess treatment.
I know, right? It's ridiculous. Like, it's so funny because when I was, in my 20s and working corporate jobs or whatever, and I would, help my boss with something on the computer, and then I'd be like, keep up with technology or whatever. And then now this is me, and I'm like, oh my goodness.
Oh my God, but technology has been improved so much. I can't even keep up with all of it. I'm learning new thing every single week as I go onto our Zoom meeting and all that. It's
I
crazy.
know. And it's cool because I would like to think that I keep up with technology, but
Mm,
honestly, I think Holly is the techie one of the two of
mm,
us. She does such a good job with that stuff. She's the one that automates all of our workflows and
mm,
Slack and everything.
mm.
So just for an introduction for anybody that's watching, we're doing a MyRECo revealed tonight. We're going to talk about our brokerage, but I have found that agents would rather hear from other agents about the brokerage instead of me just saying how great my brokerage is. And so we like to have different agents on to talk about their different experiences. So last week we had Debbie on, and shout out to Debbie Does Dallas Real Estate. I think that's what we're going to make her new name, her new tagline.
Interesting.
But Debbie in Dallas was on and talked about her experience between our two brokerages, MyRECo and MyRECo 2, My Real Estate Company 2, and My Real Estate Company proper, because we have a NAR brokerage and a non-NAR brokerage. She tried to go the non-NAR route, and then she decided it wasn't for her. And she transferred back to our regular, My Real Estate Company
Mhm.
brokerage in one day. She's like, in 24 hours, I was back on, everything was good. And I thought that that was a really cool story to share. So when I was leading into, you coming on, Rose, I think the awesome story that we should talk about is the fact that you were going to wait to get licensed until
Yeah.
January 1st, right?
Yes,
Okay, so
definitely.
tell us like your thought process on that and everything.
So it was just my plan in the beginning. I was like, okay, maybe I'll wait until the end of the beginning of the years just because, getting some more money saved up just for everything. Because when you're starting a new as a new agent, you have so many fees you have to pay for the associations and then licensing and everything. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll wait a little bit. But once I talked to you and Holly and Emily, and then coincidentally a buyer started to like my first buyer, he was starting to look for a house too. So then I was like, okay, maybe this is destiny or fate or whatever you want to call it. But I'm like, okay, let's just do it right now. And it was such I would say it's the one of the best decision I could have ever made.
Well, I'm so happy to hear that. And honestly, it really is a mindset thing
Mhm.
because some new agents come into it and they're really stressed out and they're struggling, and then they pass that stress on to their clients. And it just the clients get stressed and they don't like, that's why they don't like working with new agents and
Mhm.
everything. And so it really is a delicate balance, right? And
Yes.
so when we were talking to you, I distinctly remembered not wanting to pressure you into starting sooner, but to kind of just coach you into, well, why not now? If you're trying to, when you were thinking about waiting, you were thinking about like a I wanted you to start thinking about it from an abundance mindset,
Mhm.
right? Instead of a, well, what am I losing? Well, I'm losing
Yeah.
money if I start sooner, but I'm like, what if you're gaining money? What if you do have those closings coming? And it turned out that you did. You got some clients right away.
It was just some personal matter too, because my husband and I started to invest in a ton of stuff, and then we're just very short on like cash on hand. So I'm like, should I wait? That's what we talk over with each other, and he agreed I should wait too. So then I have like, you guys tell me like maybe I should start, and then my husband tell me I have to wait. So then I'm like, what do I need to do? But
Well,
I
I have a
think,
question.
yeah.
From your closings and your pendings right now, have you made back your investment in real estate yet?
I definitely did. I keep track of all my expense and then the money that I made from like the first closing and the one that I hope with Emily's too. So yeah, I made back. I'm like break even right now.
That is super cool. I'm
Mhm.
really I'm really excited to hear that. And that's actually an incredible story. I did not have that same success when I started in real estate. I made probably close to 60,000 my first year in real estate. And I want to talk in a minute about what else you have going on outside of real estate, because I think that that actually contributes if you do it right. Right.
Yes.
And so I had a full-time job on the Rock Island Arsenal working for the government essentially.
Mhm.
And I got my license. And if you're going to be good at real estate, if you're going to actually do justice for your clients, you should consider yourself having two full-time jobs instead of saying, I'm in real estate part-time, right?
Mm.
And so talk
I
to
think
the
that's
audience
my
about what
mindset
else you do.
too.
Yeah.
That's my mindset going into real estate too, because I think of my nail technician job as a full time, but then right at 7 when I leave, then I work from like 7 until like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
So then
And
it's
it's
another
exhausting.
second job. So two full-time jobs, that's what I would say. Mhm.
Yeah, it's exhausting. So talk to us about the other business that you have.
So I do, I'm a full-time nail technician and I've been doing nails throughout my years in college for 4 years now. And I started to think that maybe I would switch over to real estate once it's more established. But now that I start thinking again, it's like a foundation for new clients too. So I would rather just keep both. Um, but yeah, I've talked to people every single day about real estate in my nail technician job. And people really love talking about that with me. And I have like my client will take my business card and then they will refer client to me when
Nice.
that come up.
How many real estate conversations do you think you have a day, like in your normal day-to-day job, like not real estate, you're just living your life?
Hmm. A day, for example, today I talked to like 5 people
See,
about
that's
real
awesome.
estate. Mhm.
Because if you take five people times, like, let's say 300 days in a year, that's 1,500 people that you talked to about real estate. Did I math that right? I'm not
Whoa.
good at math, but I think it is. And so when you start thinking about it that way and you're like, oh, I mean, just five conversations, five people, that really starts to add up quickly. Even if it's just cut out 65 days of not talking about real estate. Let's just say 300 days
Mhm.
you talked about real estate to five people. And I think that agents, when they come in, especially new ones and even ones that have been in the game forever, they actually overcomplicate it. And they go in just going nuts, and then they burn out and they're like, nothing's working. But you didn't overcomplicate it. You just got into the game and started networking. Because I tell people we're in the people business first and the house business second.
Yes, I think just being open to everyone you talk to, be more personable. And when I was in high school, I was not this person I am today. I was super shy, never talked to anyone. I just go to school, go home, do my thing. Um, but then again, like when I start doing nail, you actually have to talk to people. You share story every single 3 weeks they come in and you update your life with them and they update their life with you so you know what's going on in their life too. So that kind of
Yeah.
helped my personal skill, like talking to people, be open about it. And I realize now that it's become one of my biggest assets too. Like I can talk to people about anything and anything, just one on
That's-
one though.
No, but that's amazing. And I think another thing that agents are, fearful of
Mhm.
is putting themselves out there with
Mhm.
real estate, right? But really, people inherently want to help each other, and they just don't know how to help you until you tell them. And so, just like you were talking about how you had some people, you gave them your card, they're not ready to move, but they're probably going to know somebody that is ready to move within this year. They say the average person knows 7 people that move in a year.
Wow.
So if that's the case, then, you just had that conversation with them. You're like, here's how you can help me out. It was great to see you. See you in,
Yeah.
in 3 weeks for your nails.
Like today, I did a walk-in client. Like that's not my usual client. And then we check out, and then she saw my car, and then she's like, "Oh yeah, I we don't have a realtor yet, but we're planning to move in the next year or so." I'm like, okay, no pressure though. I'm not salesy. I cannot be salesy. So I just like, okay, whenever you need me, I'm here. Whether
People don't
nails
want to
or
be sold to, though. So that's
Mhm.
part of what people are going to be drawn to you about, is that you're not selling them. You
Yeah.
don't have that commission breath where you're like, I need you, because they're like, this girl already has her own business. She's already doing my nails. She's already fine. She doesn't need me. So I think that that's cool. I think the advice, the lesson for people out there is, don't think just because you have another job that you can't be successful in real estate. I would say make sure that you're going to do the kind of job that you're in front of people.
Mhm.
So bartending, waitressing, nails, anything where you are having conversations with people, because that is what is going to close the gap between
Mhm.
that position and real estate. It's all about growing your network and having those conversations.
Yes. So my husband, I don't know if I mentioned to you, but I mentioned to Holly, he is like a shareholder for a startup company, a startup tech company here in Des Moines, Iowa. It's called eFruity. And it's like a food delivery service like DoorDash, but for
Oh,
local
cool.
businesses. So
Uh-huh.
sometimes I attend like events that they were hosting. Like last week was like a crowdfunding event. And you get to talk to people like successful, really successful people. And that really motivate you. And like you say, that you gotta be in front of people and don't hesitate to tell them what you do and what you're passionate about. Because I've been having like some job before. I go to school for information system and management at Drake University, and then
Wow.
we opened a restaurant last year, and then we sold it. But throughout all those jobs, I mean, I love it. But then when I started doing real estate, I actually enjoy it so much. Like I told my husband too, I'm like, I'm really passionate about this. I want to do this. It's so fun every single day, waking up and it's more about like helping people finding a house that they like. And I just love that feeling, like achievement that you get to help someone.
And people can feel that, right? When you actually love what you do. That's why I don't do open houses, because I don't like open houses. And if somebody comes into the open house, they know I hate being there. So they're going to feel it, right? So what
Yeah.
I do like is posting on social media, talking on social media, that type of thing. So, um, I was going to ask, what So it can't just be like, oh, I randomly sold, four house, have four pendings in 2 months of being licensed. Obviously, there was somebody there mentoring you
Yes.
at this company. So talk to us about like your experience with all of that.
I reached out to Emily when I started to do my pre-licensing course, and I know of her because we're in the same like Vietnamese communities, and I've seen her post on Facebook, and I just know of her, but I never met her in real life. So I was just like shoot her a text. She's so nice. She responded to my text, see if I need any help. And then after I finished everything, got my license, and almost got my license. And then she introduced me to my real estate company. And was like, okay, come join our Zoom. I was terrifying
I
because
remember your first Zoom. You were so cute. Yes.
yeah, because my experience with Zoom was like through online classes, and like the instructor is talking and then we're all like not talk, and I'm afraid of Zoom. But Emily was been so helpful introducing me to you guys. The first day I was in the company meeting, uh, the vibe was so, I don't know, it's just so casual. Like it's not like a business meeting. It's, I feel like everyone know each other's and everyone is just so friendly. So yeah, I remember I was debating between like going into like a large broker or join with
Like
Emily.
a local brokerage with a building and everything, right?
Yeah, local one. Because I want to see in person. I remember thinking like if I need any help, I can have a person, like I can see them, I can ask them. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, yeah, we I joined my real estate company, and then Emily was
I
just
think I
always
think it's
there.
important to talk about that though, because that is a huge fear of
It
agents,
is.
and it's very legitimate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's the unknown of going into a virtual world where it's like,
Yeah.
how am I ever going to get a hold of somebody? So
Yeah.
what's been your experience here with that?
It's been great. Like they told me I can just hop on Zoom if I have any questions. And I'm like, can I? Can I really? But there's a couple times that I just hop on in the beginning of my onboarding, and Nate was there, like, hi, what do you need? And then he just been so helpful, transferred me into the Holly's office or Emily office. But yeah, Emily has been amazing. I don't know. Every single time I have a questions, I can text her, she reply right away. And we've just been a great team, like me and her.
You two really are. And I just have to say for Emily, she's been waiting for somebody exactly like you to mentor. She really pours a lot of herself into the agents that she chooses to mentor. And sometimes the agents just don't want to put in the work. And she's really disappointed because she wants this for them, right?
Mm.
So you're probably one of her biggest success stories because she's like, oh my gosh, Rose is like ready to get after it whenever I have an idea or whenever I have something I want to bring her in on a
Mhm.
project, anything. She was recognized how hard you work. And so I definitely wanted to say that Emily and I have had talks about that, and she's just so grateful for,
She said that me and her think alike, but we're
you
on
do.
the same topic, but we had our own thought on it too. So
Hmm.
that's why it worked for us, because a lot of time when you work with someone on a team or something, it doesn't always match. And
Hmm.
it's hard to find someone who can reciprocate your energies too.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what are, I think like another thing that's important to point out is that we started this brokerage, Holly and I, because Holly actually started on a team. She was a buyer's agent. She was on a like very successful team out in Arizona,
Oh,
actually. Um, I started out, I was always a single agent, and really nobody ever taught me real estate. And so when I first met Emily, she had started on a team and then she left
Mhm.
that team. And she's like, I still don't know how to real estate. Nobody ever taught me. And I'm like, girl, you were on a team for however long. And she's like, I don't know how to do a CMA. I'm terrified to go to this listing appointment and everything else. And this was long before Holly and I started this brokerage. This was just
Yeah.
back when I met Emily at a different brokerage. And, I thought about it, and nobody taught me real estate.
Mhm.
Luckily, Emily was there for me to teach her real estate. Honestly, we really want to do this differently because in real estate, you're 100% commission, you eat what you kill, and that creates a lot of competition amongst real estate agents, right?
Mhm.
And so these agents are like, well, why the hell would I train you? Why would I take time out of my business to train you to compete against me?
Yeah.
So they're operating out of that fear mindset instead of the abundance mindset, like we talked about, right? And with my real estate company, the way that we've designed it is you're getting shares, ownership, equity shares in the company. So Emily, for instance, she just hit her annual max. She just capped. She's going to be part of the My First 100 award, which means the first 100 agents to cap at our company get a sizable equity. It's basically 6 times the amount of equity we'll
Mhm.
ever award anybody capping.
Yeah.
So that's like 6 years worth of capping in one. Okay. It's a huge award. So the whole point of this is when the company does well, because you're selling houses and because Emily's selling houses and because you're bringing on agents that sell houses and produce and sell properties or commercial or whatever, right? As the company does better, your equity is going to be doing better.
Mhm.
And so you're naturally going to want other agents to help them out, to help the company out, because it's my real estate company, it's your real estate company, and it's all going to, a rising tide raises all ships, right?
Mhm.
So, honestly, that's why we designed the company this way. Other companies, other virtual cloud-based brokerages are designed MLM style. So I recruit you and then you recruit 5 people and then I get a cut
Mhm.
of like the company split from you and then you get a cut of their. And what happened was it destroyed these agents' production because they took their eye off of buying and selling houses. I just want you to be the best. I want to teach you to be the best at real estate in
And
your
I
own
love
way.
that. Yes. In the beginning, I was like, why is she helping me? I mean, what does she get out of like, being so, training me and support me and give me like everything. I learned my CMA from Emily. Like, I'm like,
Mhm.
what does she get out of it? And then now that you talk about it, I've been on company meeting and I understand it now. But I also understand that if like normal broker, they wouldn't do that. Like the mentor wouldn't be that supportive to new agents because they don't get anything out of it. It's
Or they
just
get
my
like a
mind when I
small
think about
incentive for
it.
first 3 deals or something. And
Mm-hmm.
and it's a lot of work to train a new,
Yeah.
right? So, I mean, because being a new agent, how much you've had to learn.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we want to take a lot of that burden off. As we grow as a company, we'll have more actual training programs for these new
Mhm.
agents. But right now it's, agents helping agents. And then we have our 4 different trainings a week. Like, so which trainings have you come to ours? Like, we have coffee chat on Mondays, true crime
Oh,
Tuesdays, work it Wednesdays, which is like about something different every week,
yeah.
right? And then the company meeting on Thursdays, which I know you come to and I'm glad to see you at.
Mhm.
So
I've
which of
been
those trainings have you come to?
I've been to all of them, like, not consistently every week, but I made it to true crime a lot. I love it.
Good, I'm glad.
True crime and work it Wednesday because I I like to learn more about like Google Workspace. I learned a lot about from that Work It Wednesday and the what is it called? The AI listing guide
Oh
one. I
yeah.
made two of my own already, so I learned that was a really useful one. And I
Yeah,
told everybody,
I
you
made
missed
some
a great one.
presentation stuff using that Gamma AI. Yeah, that was
hmm
amazing.
Yeah,
Mm,
and then company meeting, I made it a few times. Yes.
cool. Cool. I'm glad to hear that you've gotten something out of it. And I'm going to give you a little bit of advice because honestly, with the agents at a virtual brokerage, right? So the ones that are like, I need an office, I feel better with a brick and mortar building. It doesn't matter which brokerage you choose. I wish I could say, yes, choose our brokerage because it matters. I mean, honestly, I do believe in our brokerage, but what really matters is, are you using the tools that are provided to you? Like, you actually do come in. You don't have to come to every training, but you come pretty consistently a couple times a week. I see you and you're plugging in. That's what I call it, plugging in. You come into Zoom. I mean, I see you talking in your support channel on Slack. I see you just like being a part of, and by the way, your social media is killer. I love your social media. You are doing so good on there.
Thank
Every time
you.
you see the company liking your posts, that's me, by the way.
I love it. I'm trying to be so consistent. I'm like, at least 4 posts a week. Just keep it consistent.
I feel like you post way more than that. So, I mean, for some reason, the feed, your posts are rising to the top of the feed, which means
Oh,
that it's working for Instagram's algorithm. And I
yeah,
actually got that idea, the Chat GPT trend idea from you.
for me.
Hmm.
I think I was like looking on Facebook and I saw one and then I was, oh my God, that's such a great idea. And then I started doing mine.
Because you did it, I saw yours first.
Yeah,
And then Josh actually texted his last night to Holly and I, and then Holly and I did ours, and then Debbie did one in the water cooler. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it together, like all of
it's
our companies
it's
together,
so
post
fun.
company. Yeah.
You guys did like a more caricature style. So I was like, oh my God, that looked better. So that I remake mine
Oh,
too.
really?
Yeah.
That's so cute. That's so funny. So, all right. Well, is there anything else that you want to say before we wrap this up?
I would just like to say that I love my real estate company. It's the best thing that I have ever done. One of the best things I've ever done in my life. So
This is
much
recording,
support.
right?
Yes. So much support. Everyone's so friendly. And shout out to Emily. I love her. She's an amazing person and a great mentor, great partners. Yeah, you guys too, Sandy and Holly, great broker. Couldn't ask for anything better.
Good. And thank you so much for coming on and sharing your experience because so many new agents just they either hit a wall or they, don't have the right support system at their
Mhm.
current brokerage. And so I thought it was very important for us to do this training. I'll be honest, like it's not like we try to recruit new agents because new agents are a lot of work. You're a
Yes.
lot of work. And so, but what we do want at this brokerage is to set every agent up for success.
Mhm.
So, an agent doesn't have to be a top producer to join. You just have to want to produce, you
Yeah.
know? So, um, I think that I think you're going to do great and we're here for you whenever you need advice, whenever you need coaching to level up because that's what we've been doing for Emily. Very excited for you and Emily and your next venture.
Yeah.
And I'll leave that up to you guys to announce later, but very excited for you guys and yeah, okay, so I'm going to try and close us out. I always do this
Okay.
wrong because Holly's usually the one that closes us out. Okay. So, everybody, we are here for you. So message us if you need us. You can follow us at My Real Estate Co. everywhere.
Mhm.
And if you actually have interest in joining, go and to myrealestateco.com/join. That's our join website.
Mm.
Anyway, you can learn more about My Real Estate Co there. So message us if you need us. We are here for you. We all started this morning at a blank slate at 0. So go find yourself a buyer, a seller, or an agent to talk to. Have a good one, everybody.
Thank
Bye.
you. Sandy.